You're now outside the Beltway. I'm John Fredericks, and I'm your blowtorch of free speech in America. Thanks for joining us today. 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646. You want to weigh in. There is so much going on here. We have got to get these two seats in Indiana. Great news yesterday. Absolutely super great news. The Supreme Court of the United States has allowed the new Texas map to go forward. Not only does this gain us 5 seats in Texas, but the other thing it does is it shows you that any of these maps that get challenged, if it is passed by the General Assembly, California included, right, the Supreme Court is going to go with it because what they're saying is, hey, it's going to be up to, not up to some judge, it's going to be up to the voters in those states electing the General Assembly to change the map. So gerrymandering is in. Now, we can get this thing done in Louisiana. That's another couple of seats. Plus, they're challenging the whole majority districts. I'm telling you, the Supreme Court is going to throw that out. When that happens, we can pick up another 10, 12, 15 seats. This is going to be the key to saving America. This is how we save the country. So great to have you with us. Phone lines open, 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646. And just so much going on, guys. Let me just say that it is, how much is it here? -5, 5 degree.
5 degree wind chill and 14 degrees.
Okay, 5 degree wind chill. We're toasty though, right? I don't have a jacket on, I have a scarf on, right? We're totally toasty. Why are we toasty? Because of our Eden Pure heater. That is, you know what? It gets a little chilly in here. We fire that thing up. Now, forget cold weather, because if you've got your new Eden Pure Gen 40 plus infrared heater, you're golden. Because that's all you need, because it's going to heat a room up to 1,000 feet. Put it here in the RV, plug it in, turn it on. Wow, unbelievable. All you got to do, we're going to save you $50. You can get it right now for $174, $174. Guess what? Down from $225, you're going to save $174 in, I don't know, 2-3 months heat bills. Then you paid for it, you have it forever. Plus, for the summer, there's a fan on it, which blows cool air. One of the greatest devices known to man. Got a special radio offer. Just go to EdenPureDeals.com, 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 and you are good to go. Promo code Godzilla50. Put in promo code Godzilla50. That's going to give you $50 off. Get your Eden Pure heater right now. You are going to love it. No doubt about it. All right, let's get to the phone lines. We're live in Indianapolis. And let's get to David in Ohio, line 1. David, you're live.
Hi, John. Enjoyed getting to meet you last year at the Gaylord Resort for CPAC in Maryland. So I just read a book, Stolen Elections, The Takedown of Democracies Worldwide, by this Ralph Pasula. And I was just wondering if you had come across that book.
No, I have not. How is it? Is it worth reading?
I couldn't put it down. And I've been pretty well involved in keeping up on the election fraud since November 2020, literally like the weekend after. And in other words, you seem very emphatic what you just said about the algorithms in the voting machines, and that's all. You didn't say the word malarkey, but I'll paraphrase malarkey. And I spent my 45-year career in as a computer professional, and I just don't understand your dispelling that theory altogether.
Because there's no proof. There's no proof that any vote in any machine ever got changed other than human error. There's no proof. It's been 6 years. They can't prove anything. There's no packet captures. There's no I haven't even one shred of credible evidence that somebody went in and you voted for Trump and they went in and changed an algorithm and it came out Biden. There is no proof of that. All of the steel was on the ground with paper, with ballots, stuffing boxes, ballots mailed out to who knows who, ballots like floating around at Starbucks. People just filling them out, stuff in the box, no ID, nothing. That's where the fraud was, right? Taking ballots in a week, 2 weeks after the election. Whole thing was asinine, right? Legislatures changing rules, the whole Stacey Abrams thing. That's where the fraud was. But this idea that you voted for Trump and somebody hacks into the computer and changes the vote to Biden, there's simply no evidence of that. I'm sorry. And I know it drives a portion of my audience bananas. The people that have promoted that have made a ton of money, and there is no evidence. That's why I don't buy it. Sorry.
About everything you just said about on how they did it, I'm in agreement. I don't have a problem with that. But to dispel the computer side, I know you're an extremely busy person. I enjoy listening to your show. I do my best to listen because I think you're very informative. And I know you're a very busy person, but if your producer could write that down, stolen elections to take down our democracies worldwide.
Look, I'll read it, and I'll see if there's any real evidence in there other than
that would be
pure
good.
conjecture. Okay, that's all it's been. And you got to now. He wrote a book on it, and he's making money. Everybody that has forwarded this theory has made a fortune on it because that's what we want to believe. But here's the detriment. Okay, it has suppressed our vote because we get a segment of people who think, well, as long as there's machines, I'm not going to vote because they're going to change it. So we've depressed our own vote. This is the most insane thing that has ever happened to our movement, and it persists with the clickbaiters. And I'm sorry, that's my position on it. Until somebody can show me evidence that says, here's a vote, here's how they, somebody hacked in and changed it. It's just, look, in order to do that, the conspiracy would have had to be tens of thousands of people because all these machines are at the precinct level. So there's tens of thousands of precincts. So there would have had to be tens of thousands of programmers hacking in all at the same time, changing your votes by changing algorithms. I mean, it's so fantastical. That's why I call it servers on the moon. And I know I got a whole bunch of people now going to tune me out and go to alexjones.com. I get it. I understand. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie. There is no evidence, but I'll tell you what I do. Over the Christmas holiday, David, I'll read the book. I promise.
And I'll see you over there. I'll see you over there today. A couple hours for me. I'm coming over.
Great to have you with us here in Indianapolis, and we'll see you at CPAC. Again, 888-480-JOHN, 888. I don't even look at the chat because I know everybody goes nuts. But guys, we got to focus on what's real, okay? And what I told you was real was in Nashville Tuesday night. What's today? Friday? 3 days ago. Okay, that crackpot lady, Ben, who is an avowed communist nutball, right, won the early vote in District 7. She won the early vote. Okay, she carried Nashville, early vote, 18,000 to 3,000. I just grasped this. She won Nashville in early vote, 85 to 15. The hell are we doing? I mean, we just happened to be fortunate that we had a big game day turnout and we were able to win that handily. You start going to these swing districts on a off year where the out of party is always favored to take over. And if you have that kind of early voting lead in some of these areas, the Republicans have zero chance of winning. And so we've got to change our mindset. And we've got to do it today. And we got to get our people to vote early because the only way we're going to win if we can focus our resources on getting out the low propensity Trump voters in November 26th, not our core vote base. They were lucky in Tennessee 7 that we had such a wide margin there. They could focus on game day, get their high propensity voters out and win. You're not going to be able to do that in 2026. That's not a special. You're not going to be able to do it. And so if we don't get an early vote initiative going, we are going to lose the country. And this is just reality. I don't do clickbait. It's not my model. That's why I get up here every day and I can tell you the truth. We have got to do a better job in early voting and mail-in ballots. And when we focus on it, we've proven that we can do it. Ashley Lukovich, who's now in the White House, the Pennsylvania State Director, and her team and I were focused in Pennsylvania on early voting for 2 months. Our target to win for Trump was 37% of the early voting. She got 38.5%. Trump wins Pennsylvania. He's president, race over. Right? If we got 25% like Oz did, we lose. This is just reality. I mean, you don't want to hear it because it's easier to say there's servers, there's algorithms, there's packet captures. It's an easier model. Early voting is a hard model. You know why it's hard? Because you got to roll up your sleeves and do the work. You just can't get online and bitch. You got to do the work, and you got to go on a bus tour, and you got to be away from your family, and you got to bust your butt to get the early voting out. You got to make phone calls. See, it's hard work. It's easier to do clickbait and simply say algorithms, which half the people that do it don't even know what it means. Algorithm. It's algorithms, John. Servers on the moon, they're not there. Vote early, vote on the ground. That's where we win. Thank you for your time. I'm going to be right back. Lots going on right here on the John Fredericks Media Network, live in Indianapolis. Stay with us.